Just I'm using the same channel. I'm sure you know what I mean.
Hmm? WCRN. For on-demand replays of this and other shows, visit WCRNradio.com. Two grown men from a large cold room. Live from the Jim Beam Cold Storage Studio in the heart of Julio's Liquors, Route 9 in Westboro, it's the Liquor Talking with Ryan Maloney and Spirits Medium, Randall Bird.
Okay, I guess I'm on. I thought I was going to hear Black Hole Sun, but
No.
oh, no.
Oh, here it goes. Okay, here we go.
It's been playing.
In my in this house, in disguise, no one knows. Tries the face, behind the snake, in the sun, in my disgrace. Morning,
All right, I think we can. All right, I think we can come in now and take the echo off. The Black Hole Sun. We got the Eclipse coming up on Monday, and the whole show is going right into blackness.
Right.
So, actually, well, let me bring
Big event in the Northeast here, but we're not going to see totality, right? We're only going to see 93% of it blocked
I
off.
think we're a little bit higher than that, but to be honest with you, if you're not in the cone,
Yeah,
like
93, 94.
it doesn't really matter. Yeah, 410, 120, whatever it takes.
Dark.
Yeah, it's gonna go dark.
And just like listeners of the show are hoping this does.
No, let's bring in Ray right now
All right.
because he's making his way to the dais, and we could start talking about the Black Hole Sun.
Yes.
And he's going to bring us the wine of the week. By the way, this is WCRN AM 830, and it's the liquor.
Yeah, in case you're wondering what it just happened on the air.
Fiasco it had happened.
And my question, I guess, when Ray finally gets through here and the robes are thrown off and he sits in his throne, is do you terrify your constituents as the grape one, El Rey, with tales of the eclipse to keep them in line?
No, but I will today.
Yes.
I will today.
Use the event. There's some kind of big sale going on.
Yeah,
but we're gearing up for this in 2 days, and I guess you've come up with some store stuff as well, Ryan. So
yeah, so we got well, the name of the sale is "Till the Moon Blots the Sun from the Sky." It's an uplifting type of sale.
Yeah.
It starts today and it goes to Monday.
Down.
Yeah, it goes to Monday, April 8th at 2:13 in the afternoon.
Okay.
And well, we'll leave it for 9 if we make it up. We all make it through, I guess. We'll see. You never know. You never know. 25% off 25 bottles of 750 wine. There's 20% off 4 bottles of 700 and 750 spirits. 20% off 6 or more single beers. 20% off 10 or more cigars. 20% off 6 or more hot sauces. So there's this huge thing going on with us now. You can do it online. Go to juliusliquors.com. You can come in the store. Best selection's always in the store. Ray and the guys will be in. The guys and gals upstairs will be up there helping you out. Pick out some great wines if you want to do that too. So.
Yeah, and we're protected down here in the bunker for whatever catastrophe may happen.
This is where I'm surfing the eclipses,
but
safely underground.
Just, I think, a great opportunity to pick up some stuff. And while we joke about people panicking as they do with the nor'easter or New England weather that we sometimes have, and then they buy a lot of alcohol or supplies to kind of batten down the hatches, we're not suggesting that this is going to be apocalyptic, although it's a fun theme for a kind of a sale.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a fun theme for kind of a sale, but now I'm going to ask you, okay, what is the over-under of how many products will be coming out that will be bottled, made, or sold under the eclipse? Having something to do like, brewed, distilled, or bottled during the full lunar eclipse. What's your over-under on that? How many?
I think there'll be some special editions, but I don't know if they're going to release a product, unless, of course, you're talking about gum, because that's already covered. Yeah,
you got that covered.
Yeah,
I knew we would go there. But that's typically what happens. But never mind all that.
I
that
think it would
stuff.
be more in like
faffery.
brewing. And then there's a weird thing that I'm going to have to ask Ray about this, but about biodynamic wine that relies on certain astrological, I don't fully understand it, but they get crazy with the sun, the moon, seasons,
Sun, the moon, the
in
stars.
determining when they plant and harvest and things like that. Am I totally off the rails on that?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little
Well,
bit.
nothing unusual.
No, it really does happen.
Ray's
But Ray's
like,
like,
yeah,
Ray just
yeah.
pooed the entire industry.
I
Yeah,
thought
not
that there's
really.
a crazy
Not really.
subsection of winemaking.
There
I would
is.
say
There
brewing
is.
and winemaking,
There
which is a
is.
little bit more
Well,
seasonal.
brewing, I mean, has its sort of thing in not in witchcraft, but in women brewing, right? And that whole thing sort of that was really, I mean, the best brewmasters starting out who brew beer were typically women. That was the whole thing we sort of
And
got
that's
witches from, and so
well, the
I mean,
hat and the
the hat,
cat, yeah.
and and all that stuff. So I mean, it's all tied together, but it's some of it's just sort of craziness, right?
Yeah, as
Or
Ray
maybe.
pointed out, it might be us.
It just might be us. All right, so
All right, but we brought a wine, and
yeah,
I
Ray's
think
got a
we should
wine.
get
What is the
into
wine of the week this week, Ray?
The wine of the week. I know that Ryan likes Ryan. I know that Randall really loves Italian red, so I thought I'd show one that a lot of
Those on this
people
is unbelievable.
when people look at Italian wine upstairs, they're looking at Chiantis and they're looking at Valpolicellas or Super Tuscans, and there's one area that kind of gets overlooked, and that's southern Italy. I'm not talking Sicily. I'm talking southern Italy. So I thought I'd show one where the lead grape is Aglianico. And Aglianico to southern Italy is what Barolo is to Piedmont. So it's a big grape. This particular wine, the producer is called Grafalco, and on the label
Edie
it'll s-
Falco? No.
and on the label it says Aglianico del Voltore, and what that means, Voltore, is volcano. There's a volcano in this region called Basilicata, which is on the west coast of Italy, southern Italy, and it's not active. But this particular producer has 4 vineyard sites on the volcano, so they aptly
Which
named
but
it that.
and volcano sites have a typical soil composition that's a little
Absolutely, yes,
porous, ashy, that type of thing, which is
yes,
terrible soil, but perfect for grape growing.
Or-
especially for this particular
Yeah.
grape variety.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a 2021 vintage of
Ray,
Aglianico.
floral, green. I smell green, and green is actually a smell,
Yes.
but like
Well,
flowers and
So, look, everything when it comes to aromas and taste is subjective.
right.
So, to generalize, I'll just say this: you've got a very flowery aroma, basically lavender, violet, hibiscus. You got some berry fruit like cranberry in there as well. You got some dried cherry in there, some black fruit in there,
Mm.
and then on the palate, which really kind of distinguishes this wine from others, is that you got a nice, refreshing acidity to it as well, but it's a big brooding type wine, almost like
Yes,
a
it's not
Syrah.
this is not for the faint of heart.
No. So obviously this would pair well with the usual suspect, grilled meats. But if you like cheese, things like provolone. I love provolone cheese, and this would go great with it. Mozzarella is another one that goes great. One of the things, I just tasted this wine like 2 minutes ago, and you do pick up a little, believe it or not, it's a red wine, obviously, a little citrus, a little orange zest,
Yeah.
a little zest there.
It's really
So-
nice wine. It's pretty
Yeah.
in depth.
So you got some nice, even though it has moderate tannin in here, and I would decant this, in the mouth, you get a nice richness, a fullness, but it's not overpowering in terms of tannin. But you get some nice acidity too, so you have a little glass and you want another sip after that. So it's a really, really nice wine. Again, it's Aglianico
minute.
grape.
Aglianico is a grape, and this is kind of something that pops into my head. And after the biodynamic shutdown, I'm hoping that you'd be a little kinder to me, right? But
No.
here's the question that I have. So this is southern Italy, and
Yes.
an area probably ancient to growing wine, possibly for the Roman Empire, which Ryan likes to think about daily.
I do.
But is this
Every
like
time I
one
drive
of
in the roads of
first grapes
Massachusetts, I
30
think about how
seconds
well
that
the
were
Roman roads-
cultivated? Like, do you know like what the original kind of grapes were that they would have used in those 2,000 year ago style of making wine?
and that's a really good question, but
Yes.
I know we're almost out of time. I just
Okay.
want to get. Can you give us the name and the price on this
Okay,
before we have
so
to take a
it's-
break?
The producer is Grafalco. It's an
10
Alianico. It's $21.99 per bottle. But here's the thing: all today and next week, you buy a bottle of this is 15% discount. You put this in our little sale today, it's 25% off on 25 bottles, and if you include this in there, so 25% off,
Here we
$21.99.
go.
Good.
So, yeah.
I'm
It's
sorry, I
Electric
didn't mean to
Talking.
interrupt.
We'll be back after this break.
All right, just
Yeah.
before you have to go upstairs, answer Randall's question.
Yeah.
So Alianico actually originated about 1,000 years ago in Greece,
Okay.
and it's I don't know the name of the Greek varietal. I can't even pronounce it, but it originated in Greece, found its way over to the Italian peninsula, and so about 1,000 years. And this particular producer has been making wine since 2004.
Okay.
2004.
But is this like one of the oldest style of grapes?
Yes,
You hear about all
yes.
these new Syrahs and things that are,
Yes,
but
it
this is one of the older styles and would have come from the ancient world, and they would have been drinking a wine that may have been somewhat similar to this, right?
somewhat similar to
Yeah.
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I'm sure they didn't do what these people do in making wine. I mean, this is aged for basically 2 years, about 18 months in combination of stainless steel and oak, and then another 6 months in bottle.
Right.
So it's 2 years before it's released. I don't think they did that back in the
They were
old
just drinking
days.
it
Right,
faster
drinking it
as
faster.
it fermented. Yeah.
Right.
All right,
Well,
thank you,
for
Ray.
the information.
Appreciate it.
Anytime,
All right,
anytime.
Ray's going to go upstairs and help everybody else out. Up there, Johnny on the spot is going to come over and take his spot. Thank you, Ray. I'll see you upstairs later on. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I say, rock me Gris Amadeus. This is the Grifalco edition.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
waiting and waiting.
I
the
wanted to have
entire
Ray get
segment.
out of here because I
You-
already
you-
was
You didn't want to get hit.
beset upon by the stupid questions that I
Yeah,
kept asking.
Well, no, the question you asked was dead on.
Right,
The
but I
punt
think
sucked.
okay.
But the
so
question was awesome.
the when I was explained biodynamic wine,
Yes.
as we're preparing for this next kind of taste, they said that they do things by like all sorts of arcane or weird almanac things, or bearing a ram skull on a certain day before they do the planting.
No, yeah.
So I thought, is there something around the eclipse that might be?
You know there is.
Yeah,
I mean, like you and I both know that somebody's going to do something weird
right. And
around
I
the
think
eclipse.
that, I
So
think
let's
it's
not
more
forget. I
topical
mean,
with the
Matt,
beers and
it was
wines.
dives. He's probably going to do an eclipse dive and go underwater in the total blackness or something like that. Everybody's going to do something weird.
Right.
I'm just telling you right
But
now.
I think that
it's like
whiskey is
weirdness
too
will
long
abound.
term for people to really remember. I don't know. Maybe it.
Yeah, but you know what they'll do? Yeah, but you know what they'll do? I think is they'll bottle.
Yeah.
Under the eclipse, because to be honest with you, we have a couple projects coming out, and I was like, hey, should we wait and bottle under the eclipse and like when
And
it
then
goes
people
total
were like,
back?
yeah, no, that's crazy.
No, don't do that. No.
All right.
Okay.
While we've been gabbing, hard at work as usual.
Now you're Johnny on the
Evans.
spot.
Yeah.
John's coming over. He's going to
And he
knock
looks
everything
like
over.
he has wine with ice in it in our cup.
No, he made you a drink.
Yes.
It's not wine with ice. It's not.
Well, no, but I mean, it's a kind of a cranberry reddish color, right?
Yeah,
that-
it's
that-
not.
That, my friend, is what we call an eclipse, to stick with the theme.
Okay.
Really?
We'll let's say
It'll
that.
blot out my
How much time do
feelings.
we have before we come back on the air? Ted.
43 seconds.
43 seconds. So we'll go through
wait.
your eclipse drink when we get back on the air.
A little bit of ours, a car, and a flutter.
What's that? Yeah, I'm gonna have
Zipper.
that. We get a bunch of stuff today. What I want to do when we come back actually is
Okay, 30 seconds.
wanna
And
give me
remember,
your mug
quiet
there.
on the set.
we can go after this one. Just go back to regular bumper. Okay.
What do you mean? Don't play it this time?
Play it this time, and then the rest of it go back to our regular bumpers. Was that clear enough?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you, Ted.
That's a technical term. Okie dokie.
Yes, I know.
Hi, everybody out there in Facebook land.
There you go. Give that to Randall.
You can tell them to put a cork in
Right
it,
on the set.
but they'll tell you. It's the Liquor Talking with Ryan Maloney and Spirits Medium Randall Bird. Live in the Jim Beam Cold Storage Studio at Julio's Liquors, Route 9 in Westboro.
In my eyes, in this house, in the skies, no one knows. Flies the face, behind the snake, in the sun, in my disgrace. Morning,
Black Hole Sun. Black Hole Sun. Welcome to the Black Hole Sun. It's the eclipse is coming up on Monday, so we thought the whole show should be dark.
That's right. And in
Everybody-
honor of that,
Everybody listen. We all
in
have black
radio
on.
land,
Yeah, we
because
have.
you can't see. We're
yeah,
all
well,
wearing
but
black.
We're all wearing black. Hey, listen. Yesterday was my birthday.
Yes, it was.
All right, so I just want to let you guys know yesterday was my birthday, and so as the drink of the show today, I'm
Yeah.
going to share with you my birthday dram that we had on Wednesday for Whiskey Wednesday. It's Mortlock. Can't
Oh,
get any darker than that.
Yeah.
Mortlock, a 16-year-old Mortlock from the Flora Fauna series, which everybody gets to try. We had a little bit left over. I totally forgot it because I was going to bring it home last night to drink, but
Oh.
I'm okay. I had Lefroy PX I Love You, which that's
Yeah.
what I drank for
No
on my
slouch there,
birthday. No
yeah.
slouch there. But I figured we would drink the Mortlock today, which is the first of the distilleries of Dufftown. You know,
right.
Rome was built on seven. And see, I always think about Rome, Randall.
Yeah.
Rome was built on 7 hills, and Dufftown was built on seven stills.
Yeah.
And Mortlock being the first and the best, as far as I'm.
Whoa. I have to represent for right across the street, Convalmore, one of my favorite distilleries. But almost, if you think this Flora and Fauna edition, which is no longer available, edition is hard to find. Try and find some Convalmore.
I've had some call.
I know, but I mean,
It's hard to find.
Pretty tough.
Well,
I
cheers,
saw
cheers,
it.
people.
Hidden away. Happy
Cheers,
birthday.
people. Thank you,
Happy
thank you.
birthday.
Enjoy.
All right.
Our studio
In
audience
New
can
England,
come
it's
get
nobody's
some
business
whiskey
what's
if
in
you
our
want.
mug, but
Stop
Ryan
it.
was happy enough to share and tell you that today it is Mortlock 16. And this is I would say one of your top 5 all-time favorites.
So this was always like everybody always asked me like, what's your favorite whiskey? And I don't technically have one.
Right.
But if I was thrown on a deserted island, not a desert island, a desert island, because that would be
Yeah, that's where I would.
That's what Randall wants to be.
2 S's.
And I only could have one. It would probably be this whiskey, Mortlock 16.
Let's say this turned a light bulb on over your head that made you excited about single malts and
Yeah.
really kind of.
It really did. It was one of those type of things. Now, I may now substituted this one for our new Compass box, which just came out, called More.
Yeah.
Which has quite a bit of Mortlock in it. I may now have switched to that one. And it's not because I did it, but I really love the way this whiskey came together.
Yeah.
So now they're in a fighting battle, which I'd be now hard pressed to
for your number 1.
for my number 1 ever.
And that
Stuck
Compass
somewhere, only
box
being able to have one.
edition will never be redone as a
No.
bespoke. But I
No,
know
no,
that
this
you would
one.
ask him if you could do one called Tlock.
Which one? What did I say?
After More, you were going to do Tlock
Tlock.
as a tribute
More
to.
a lock?
Yeah.
Yes,
Those
yes.
were the 2 side by side would make. Anyway.
No, I wasn't, but that was
God,
a
you
long way
enjoy
to
the more
Tipperary. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that. All right. Well, what do you think of this whiskey that I'm sharing with you for my birthday?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. John's like, thank you.
So now Mortlock has come
Awesome.
out with a production style, but at the time that this was being bottled, you could not readily find
No.
it, or nor was it available. But now they do have like what they would call the Mortlock Distillery offering on the shelf.
And Mortlock's a
And
little weird.
It's
What is
not
it?
the same as this.
No, it's not. But I will tell you, the new stuff coming out of Mortlock is actually quite good.
Yeah, it's very good.
They originally went up with a couple of expressions which were not, in my opinion, not very good.
Didn't really do justice to the name Mortlock.
No.
And the Wee Witchy.
And the Wee Witchy,
Which
which
is a small
Mortlock is
still
like
that-
2.81 times distilled.
Yeah, I can't tell you. The
Yeah,
number, but
it's a fractional distillation
It's down to a
process.
perfect
Yeah.
science.
Out of Mortlock. If you want to know more about that, go look up Mortlock and the distillation process. It's quite interesting, and it's a little bit different than almost everybody else in Scotland.
Yeah.
And they have the Wee Witchy, and that's the thing that throws everything off. So
Is it like-
It's a
you guys
small-
get this, right? I did the Wee
Wee
Witchy. We
Witchy.
got the Eclipse. I'm trying to keep it all in this theme.
You could even do pi in there somewhere as like the amount of distillate times, like 2.14.
Yeah,
It's
it's
close.
I think is it 2.81? I think it is the
I'm
amount of
not
distillate,
sure.
something like that, something weird like that. Hey,
So-
when Ray was here, though, I want to mention something. Ray was here. We have a big sale going on today because the name of the sale is "Till the Moon Blots the Sun from the Sky" sale, but it's until the eclipse. We had some really great deals going on, but I didn't want to fail to mention that on Thursday, 4/11. Down here in the metro station, 7 to 8, he's got a Gigal wine tasting that is coming up, and they're doing some unbelievable wines. I think there's still space available to this. It's just a purchase of a $10 gift card to attend, but they're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different Igugal wines. Which
And if
are
you ever wondered
top
and wanted
notch.
the 411 on the Gugal ones,
Yeah, that's
come
right.
in
This
on
would be the time.
411.
This would
Yeah.
be on 4/11. You should definitely go.
Get
This would
all
be
your
one of this would be one of those
information.
type of things to definitely go to. It's really good, and the wines are spectacular, and they're real.
Yeah.
Mm.
So definitely check that out. Do you want to do your drink, John?
Sure, I can do that. It's called an Eclipse.
All right, Johnny on the spot made us
Yeah.
a cocktail today
So
called the Eclipse.
uh,
What is this?
In my other life, at my other job, just really quickly, every Friday we've been doing a drink message for at least a decade. And shout out to Katie Bates, sent this one. And I was like, oh my God, I have to do this one for the show because it's an Eclipse, very apropos,
good.
right? So it's a 1/4 ounce fresh lemon, or sorry, 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of Aperol, 3/4 of an ounce. It's supposed to be red herring liqueur, but I substituted Luxardo maraschino syrup.
Sure. Okay.
Syrup, and then 1 ounce of anejo tequila.
Okay.
And then as the Eclipse part, as a floater, I used our
Oh.
Zakaru.
Well, there's a little smokiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, it looks like
Zikaru
Eclipse when I put the photo on
Reposado
it. Yeah.
Mezcal,
Yep.
which
Mezcal
is from our single barrel.
Yep.
Really good.
Which is our Lock and Key Fireflies.
Yeah, I could get in trouble drinking these.
Yeah. Well, I haven't tried it yet. So
Yeah, it's really good. I like this one a lot. You're
Well,
gonna
it
have
is blotting out my emotions.
it's blotting out your emotions.
But-
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to
Pretty good.
really. You're gonna have to really write down the instructions, please.
yeah, I can do that going forward for sure. That's pretty tasty.
That is really good.
I might, you know what I might do is I might put this on Frisky Whiskey, and to keep it whiskey, just thinking ahead, I might do like Lafroig as the floater. We'll see.
All right, maybe a
Something
little
like that,
Roy
or
floater.
Maybe I'll stick with our Zakaru. It's the nice one.
Zikaru. No, keep the whole theme going.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, the sacrifices in the Mayan temple or whatever going. You know, you get,
Well, yeah, I'm sure that.
yeah,
probably
yeah,
ties
again,
into it a
again.
little bit.
we get. Okay, I'm just going to point this out, please. No sacrifices during the eclipse. All right, can we all agree on that one?
Or during our show.
Well,
well, or
I've
during
made
the show
plenty of
would be awesome.
emotional sacrifices.
Can we get into that? Do you have like this really weird story?
I don't
about-
think it's that weird, but
You're not going to go into Apocalypto, the movie, are you?
No. Randall.
so preceding Ryan's birthday was, of course, Patty's birthday.
Ah.
And Patty treated herself to quite an elaborate toilet seat.
The new
that-
the toilet seats that have like
so it's like
okay.
a
So when I was
buffet
in
seat, but
Japan,
it has like
when I was in Japan, like the toilet seats are like insane.
right.
They have like heaters, dryers, squirters. They have
Yes.
everything to go. Do you walk out of there? Yeah,
Deodorizers, and there's a
deodorizers,
waxing
everything.
feature for the undercarriage. It's like you're getting your car detailed. But so I had to install this, and then I was
Oh, so this was her birthday
prohibited-
present?
Yeah, to herself.
Okay.
And I had to install this whole thing, which was quite difficult because the actual toilet's in an alcove and not a lot of room around it. But after it was fully installed, I was forbidden from using the toilet, which, by the way, is the only toilet in the house Because
what
I'm the person who breaks the nice things that she has.
Yeah, why we can't have
Yeah,
nice things?
exactly.
Most
So,
of, what is this brand? It's a brand? Is it a
Toto.
thing? Oh, Toto.
Toto.
right.
It's Toto.
So the name of it's Toto. It's got all these different settings. And she found out that I was using it this morning because I was singing The Rains Down in Africa and the door was shut, but she accused me of breaking the
You're cleaning
ban
the
on
dark
the-
continent,
That's
were you?
right. That's right.
Too much of a visual.
The
Yeah, I know.
oldest remains were in the Olduvai Gorge, and they were pretty much flushed out. Yeah,
Awesome.
but that's
Love that
Happy
there's one-
birthday.
Happy birthday, Patty. I'm just amazed that there's one toilet, there's one bathroom in the house, and you're not allowed to use it.
well. There, I have like
What's the workaround for that?
well because I have like essentially a camper kind of situation in the driveway, down the stairs, outside in the cold.
Oh
yes.
my God.
It's like having an
I'm sure it's going to get lifted, but she didn't want to have
You
it.
sure the band's gonna get lifted?
No, I've already broken the band. Got caught, but I mean, she
No, you
essentially.
didn't lift the band, you got caught. There's
Yeah.
a difference.
Yeah,
You
so there
broke
may be further penalties implied that have been put onto it.
I love
By
it.
the way, the seat is heated too. So unlike the driveway toilet, which is ice
Camp-
cold and made
the
of stainless,
camper seat is not
we have a
heated?
danger of sticking.
Well, you know, the good part is they say it's gonna start getting warmer out.
Well, I hope so.
I hope so for your sake. I hope so.
I need another drink.
Oh my God. Well, hey, John, what was the name of the drink again? The Eclipse. Okay, there you go.
That
One
whole thing
minute.
needs to be eclipsed.
Oh. All right. All right.
Body on
Well,
this
happy
body.
birthday, Patty. Patty's birthday is right around mine.
Yes.
Thanks. Happy birthday, Patty. I hope you enjoy it before Randall destroys it. I hope you enjoy your.
How can you not sing The Rains Down in Africa
I don't know why you couldn't.
on a Toto seat?
Toto seat.
Telling
All
you,
right.
fresh lemons
I'm
always
gonna-
makes a
yeah,
good cut.
this is really good.
Nice trying to change the topic.
Yeah.
It's all good
I will
stuff.
now tell you that everybody that's
30
listening to this,
seconds.
their feeds on their like Facebook and stuff like that will all have these bidets. They're gonna now pop up
Yeah.
because my phone listens to me everything I say. So I'll be looking forward to finding about Toto seats now.
Oh, good
All
thing I
right.
shut my phone off.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, John. That was probably the best thing. I
10
could've done.
seconds.
All right, we got to get out of here. We got to take. Oh, we got to take a break.
If you're wondering what happened
Yes.
over the since the last commercial break, well, I'll tell you right now, it's the liquor talking here on WCRN AM 830 on your dial. Join us on the other side of this commercial break for more of the radio broadcast, but we'll do some Facebook Live video in between.
You're a dead man. I'm just gonna point that out to you right now.
Hey, don't come up with crazy rules. That's my point.
Oh my God. All right.
I don't know where to go now. I'm like speechless.
You don't even know. I don't even know where I should be.
Well, don't go to the second floor of our house. Not welcome.
You're not welcome there. All right. Hey, I'm gonna have you.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna have you guys try this. So this past Wednesday, we also did we did Ryan's Choice. So I did a bunch of stuff out there. This is Randall. We did do a bottling of our new copper and cast that's coming out. This one is called French Kiss, and I probably should let Randall tell you about the process of this.
Something that won't happen at Randall's house.
Randall's
anymore.
house anytime soon. But this is called French Kiss, and I'm gonna give
Yeah,
it to
so,
it.
I mean-
Here you go. Here's the cap too.
We're always trying to do a little bit of innovation, but also something that tastes great. And we had sourced one of the last of an older set of weeded bourbon from
Yeah.
MGP that was pretty delicious on its own. I like to point out that a lot of people may try and use a finish to cover up a flaw.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't work that well. It tends to accentuate it. So we started with a great product and then finished in a virgin Armagnac barrel,
Okay.
of which this coated probably, I would say it was a third full, maybe a little bit more.
But
But
we only want it to be like a hint of the Armagnac.
But the Armagnac cask is a larger size than the
Right.
U.S. standard barrel. And so we've always had a lot of questions about oxygenation in the bottle affecting the whiskey. But in a barrel, it does not behave the same way. So even with that headroom or airspace up top, the aging process moved along quite well, and I think made a delicious project that we are calling French Kiss for the French Armagnac Kiss to the weeded bourbon. That's a pretty delicious.
This has been bottled. This will be probably coming out probably the end of the month or the beginning of May, I'll say. I can give you some. This is a 7-year-old weeder.
Okay, guys,
62.7 ABV.
20 seconds.
It's 51 corn, 45 wheat, and 4% malted barley, just so everybody's on the same page. But I think this came out spectacular. I can't wait for everybody to get to really try this.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it came out really, really well.
All right, I think we're
Studio
coming back.
audience, what do you think? Great. Studio audience is drinking theirs.
Not angry at it is what we got up here.
They cannot offend you because they know not what they say. Live from the Jim Beam Cold Storage Studio in the heart of Julio's Liquors, Route 9 in Westboro, it's the Liquor Talking with your hosts Ryan Maloney and Spirits Medium Randall Bird.
Take it away.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And we're down at Julio's Liquors on Route 9 in Westboro. We're in the Metro Station, which is the lower level of Julio's. You want to know all the pertinent information, go to juliosliquors.com. You want to watch this, go to Julio's Liquors Facebook page. You can watch it right now. You can watch the train wreck going on because there is sort of a show within inside the show. During the break, we continue having our discussions and so forth.
Tasting different products, talking about things.
And after the show is done, Cousin Vinny wraps this all up and puts it to wherever you can find your podcast. Just look for It's the Liquor Talking on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. You can see it. You can follow me on Instagram at Whisky Journeyman. No E in Whiskey. Whisky Journeyman on Instagram. Johnny, you can follow on, you do mostly Facebook?
I'm just
Frisky Whiskey. Eyes
with-
instead of Y's. Yeah. And Randall Bird?
Yeah, don't bother.
I will tell you, the Spirits Medium on Instagram, but you can see the
But
same
hashtag
pictures.
you're wasting your time.
Wasting your time.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, let's do the Fever Tree question of the show.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Ready.
All right. This one I thought was a pretty easy one this week.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Deepening our shame and embarrassment when we
The last 2 weeks.
I don't even think that I should give you choices.
All right.
I think you should just give me your answer. So the Fever Tree question of the show this week. What cocktail is traditionally served in a copper mug? What cocktail is traditionally served in a copper mug? Now, anybody who's free that's following us on Facebook
and
is
you
here.
have multiple choice.
Yeah, I am, but I don't
I
think
don't
really.
think I-
Hit the buzzer.
No, I don't. I'm not going to give you the multiple choice because I.
But
think
how
it's-
many multiple choice do they
Well,
have?
there's
And will
4.
you announce it after we've made our decision?
Yes.
Because I'd be interested to see what they're going to say. Because you want me to go first?
Yeah. Why don't you go first?
I'm going to say a Moscow Mule
Okay. Randall says Moscow
or a mule.
or a mule.
I
Okay.
was going to say a mule.
Mule. All right. Our studio audience, mule. All right. The answer is mule.
Yeah.
I will tell you what the other ones were in case
Okay.
you wanted to argue it because Randall always, for some reason, wants to argue it.
Mojito in there?
Is mojito in there? No. Moscow Mule, Long Island iced tea, Tom Collins, or a margarita.
Yeah, no, clearly.
I mean, I don't think I really needed to. That's why I didn't give you the multiple choice. Yeah.
But
a
in
lot
my
of,
house, the answer is yes.
the answer is always yes.
That's all those.
And
So,
a couple people,
what is-
Francis and Craig on Facebook got the right answer. Thank you. You've given me somewhat faith in the man.
And here's your bonus question for those answering on Facebook. What is traditionally served in a silver plated cup as a cocktail?
As a cocktail, a silver plated cup.
Yes.
A silver plated cup would be a Pim's cup.
Tim's cup, but like what's traditionally associated with the drink that's served in a silver?
Are you talking about a Quake?
No.
A silver cup, it would be a mint julep.
Mint julep, yeah.
It's Kentucky
All right.
every time.
I
So
mean,
we have
listen,
a
you
copper
can-
mug and you have a silver cup, and
Yeah, but there's Pim's cup is silver usually. Whiskey is usually done in a Quake, which is a silver vessel.
right. But we said cup.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm doing what you do to me every week.
Yeah. All right.
I'm giving you the 12 different arguments that you will give me
Yeah,
every
exactly.
question.
Well, fair play.
Fair turnaround's fair play, right?
Yeah.
I thought I would, since we were here today, I thought I would do I don't know if I have enough cups over here. Johnny, do you have any cups over there? Bigger cups? Are there any bigger cups over there?
The cocktail
Like-
cups.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go.
Thank you so much, studio audience. All right. I was thinking that maybe I would do a drink for you guys today.
Okay.
And this is
Traditionally, you do a very quick, easy to make drink.
I always call these it's Ryan's mix it in a minute. If I can't mix something in a minute, I don't want anything to do with it. So melee
Melee
vodka. Yeah.
Okay.
This is
Distilled
Jason Momoa vodka. It's only distilled once, which he goes like basically against everything that everybody's doing with vodka, odorless, colorless, tasteless. No, it's by the way, if he did this at like 100 proof, it'd be pretty much neutral spirit. It actually could be. He's using wheat and corn. It could be actually bourbon, I think. But I figured we would use this, and I'm using Fever Tree Blood Orange Ginger Beer.
Right.
I don't have any copper mugs, but I'll give these to the studio audience that they want to make one up themselves. They're more than welcome to. They're probably enjoying John's drink right now.
Do you have a name for this?
It's a bloody mule.
Aquaman. Oh,
It's a bloody mule.
Bloody mule.
Well, he's from Montana. I mean, he's not really from under the sea. He's not really from under the sea, right?
Don't ruin
Jason Momoa, no.
that
My
Fever
universe.
Tree is
Right? This is really
yeah,
good.
he makes some good stuff. Yeah,
That blood orange
absolutely. I love it.
ginger beer. Okay, so this is like John goes through and John makes great cocktails, by the way. But I'm not, first of all, I'm not as patient of a man as John is. I gotta like mix it. It's gonna be done. I want simple, done.
it's a winner.
2 ingredients. Boom, boom,
Squeeze my
boom.
fruit freshly.
That's right,
start with
right,
that,
right,
The
yeah.
whole thing.
John likes to squeeze his melons.
do.
I can't do that. But this is just a very two simple ingredients: the blood orange ginger beer, and the vodka. That's it. All right.
Perfect.
What do you guys think?
I love it. Easy drinking,
Yeah. it's nice.
refreshing.
Thank you, sir. That's good, right? Right. All right.
Yeah. Let me see that vodka. I want to.
Vodka with flavor.
It does have a flavor to it.
Imagine that.
Because they
it's-
haven't distilled it to odorless, tasteless.
Exactly.
So the new thing with vodka now, I think you're going to see a lot more of this. And I think as a celebrity brand, and we sort of talked about this a little bit, as a celebrity brand of like what these guys are doing and stuff like that, this is actually more of that, the next sort of trend in vodka. Vodka is now going to be allowed to have sort of flavors to them.
Right.
And not just added flavors to them, but doing something like this where you're only distilling once, you're not over filtering it. To be honest with you, you're really sort of making new made spirit, especially like he's using corn and wheat.
Or the low wines.
From Montana.
The low wines, yeah.
Yeah.
It's from Montana.
So these are distillation terms, but essentially what happens in the process of most vodkas is you're going to keep distilling it, and think of distillation process as a purification process to the point where it gets odorless, tasteless, colorless. And if you only start with 1 or 2 small distillations and don't get the proof strength very high, it's a little bit not dirty in an unsanitary way, but has a little bit more flavor, color, and a little bit more character than it after you've purified it to the point of being closer to water in terms of color and aroma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to get sort of a flavorful thing, and it actually interacts differently, like we do with this ginger beer and blood orange, which has got some strong flavors in it. It interacts a little bit differently, I think, and I like the fact that it has this background flavor in it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, and we're going more towards cocktails that have the flavor, whether it's the Bloody Maria or using a tequila instead of
Right.
vodka, or other kinds of things that you're mixing in. What's the ABV on this?
I think it's 80.
So 80 proof, 40%.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
You guys can probably find it on there, but
Anyway.
but I'm pretty sure it's 80.
Which you can do in a single distillation. You can get it to that.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
true.
not an
But-
issue without adding a lot of stuff to it. So I'm actually pretty excited about this. And by the way, it's a really cool the vodka itself is a really cool package. Also, and it's like the sale price on this stuff is like $20.
Yep.
So even at $24.99, he's not asking, that would probably be the regular price on the shelf. He's not gone crazy and asking for a
Oh.
ton of money on the
It was
vodka.
right there on the glass. 80 proof.
80 proof.
So 40
So
ABV.
I knew we were somewhere in there. All right. You guys have a choice. All right, now I'm going to give you a choice. Do we want to do a rye or bourbon?
Yes.
Well,
We
technically
had a
you've been
rye
correct.
earlier today.
All right,
Do
so
we
let's-
want to continue with the rye theme, or do we want to mix it up with the bourbon?
Well, let's do bourbon first then.
Okay.
You've helped me make that decision. We're going to do bourbon first. I see somebody has seemed to take in all my cups over here. I don't know where they went.
Probably used them.
I probably used to.
Yeah.
I probably
Um,
was slacking in my job and not.
I just wanted to. We tried this on Wednesday, and I think it was good to revisit it. New riff, single barrel. This is one of ours. This is called One. This is a single barrel bourbon that we did from New Riff. New Riff is
2 minutes. You're in the cups.
So New Riff is really sort of known for their rye whiskeys, but in doing so, you're missing a key whiskey that they make, which is their bourbons are really good. This happens to be a single barrel bourbon that we did, and that night when we did it, it flew. This is on sale right now for like 50. So just to let you guys know, this is like $50 right now. And you guys can try that. I'm going to give this to the studio audience, but I'm going to let them know it's 114.5. 114.5.
So New Riff Distillery, of course, right on the northern Kentucky, Ohio border.
Yes.
And as you pointed out before, you kind of cross over into Ohio and come back on a bridge to get.
Yeah, it's sort of
into
a
the
weird way to
distillery.
get to the distillery. You're right.
But this kind of really neat operation. We sat down and were able to sample a bunch of their products, and this one just stood out to us.
No, I tell the
1
story.
minute.
I tell the story that everybody was hemming and hawing about a couple other samples that we had, whether they were going to pick which one they were going to pick. Randall and I are looking at each other going like, yeah, you guys can pick whatever you want. It's going to be this one. And
Right.
hence the name One.
Right.
But you guys tell me what you think. I know Randall already loves this one. What do you think, Johnny?
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I like this one too. This is on my.
And it did
short
actually
list
really
of-
well on Whiskey
pick up.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
I think we sold like
Case of it.
cases.
30
Yeah,
seconds.
at least a case.
So,
I think we sold eight.
eight of them.
I think
yeah.
so.
So
With everything else we sold,
yeah,
that's pretty high.
that's
I
pretty
think
This
high.
has been out there. So
winner.
if this is something that sounds interesting to you, or you're listening to this as a radio broadcast,
John's gonna have
it has a
this today.
limited. It has a
Has limited
limited
run.
edition.
yeah,
Right.
limited
So,
limited run. All
yeah.
right. So I just wanted to
10
to
seconds.
put that out there. All right, we're gonna have to. I guess we're gonna have to take a break right now. Randall, you want to get us out of here, and we'll
Yeah.
do, like the show.
Oh my liver! It's the liquor talking here on WCRN AM 830 on your dial. Please stay tuned. We'll be back on the other side of this commercial break with more of the radio broadcast and some live video during the break on Facebook.
Ciao.
All right, I know it doesn't seem that way by the last couple of days, but it is spring.
Is it?
Yeah, believe it or not, it is spring. So I'm going to give you a choice of what we're going to taste during the break.
Okay.
It's going to be liquor. Big surprise there.
Shocker.
Do we want to try Archer Roos, the bubbly rosé from Veneto, Italy, or Tip Top Margarita?
I have my choice, but I'll let Randall pick.
No, it's
Go ahead, Johnny. What do you want?
I want the margarita.
You want the margarita?
It sticks
Okay.
with the theme of what we already have in front of
All
us.
right, all right,
So
all right. Yeah, I get it.
The
What,
Eclipse
crazy?
cocktail for the studio audience is made with tequila with a mezcal floater.
Yeah. So okay, Tip Top. We've sort of like this. These have been sort of fun. We've been having a lot of fun with the Tip Top. We actually use these as a an adult trick or treat. I mean, Easter egg hunt. They're really cool because they're in these little tiny cans. It's basically one drink. Always balanced, never too sweet. This one is tequila, lime, and orange liqueur. It's a margarita. It is 52 proof, 26% alcohol on this, and it basically makes a drink. 52 proof. I mean, it's not like the only thing I'm doing wrong with this right now is it is made to go over ice, and I'm not doing that.
Now, Randall, can you imagine a bunch of grown-ups wandering around a field
There you go.
somewhere looking for these as Easter eggs?
yes. The Tip Top
I'll
has
give
a
you.
tiny
I'll give
can.
the studio audience gets to try the Tip Top These are really great. They come in a variety of flavors. They have also another one that I really like because it's sort of a weird cocktail. Johnny, you may have had this. You ever had a Jungle Bird?
I have not.
So a Jungle Bird is made with Campari. So it's red. You think it's going to be sweet, but it's not. It's not a sweet drink. It's sort of a bitter drink. It's called the Jungle Bird. The one that they make in a can is dead on. It tastes like like somebody made a Jungle Bird for you, and it's actually a very decent one. So I haven't had the margarita yet either. So I figured we would try this today.
Yeah, a tiny can. This is, I can't even see the size of this. 100 ml.
Yeah, it's just 100.
Small can.
So it's basically a drink.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
you
a-
put this over ice, you got a
Dissolves in
drink.
ice.
Yeah. And that's the whole point. It's supposed to, it's sort of like, it's supposed to be a little bit over the top, a little bit strong, because it is supposed to be served over ice,
You could
like
taste
a regular
You
cocktail.
could taste a little agave in there.
I think
Little
it-
back there.
I
That's
mean,
pretty good.
That's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
again, I think they're right on target. They're saying not too sweet. And that's where a lot of these drinks get into a problem where they go to the sweet edge, where a margarita is actually not sweet.
Right.
It's got lime, orange, and tequila in it. I mean, unless you start adding, syrup in there, it's really
Do
not.
margaritas suffer from the same fate that martinis did, where all of a sudden everything is a version of the martini, and there are now versions of the margarita, like a chocolate margarita,
No, there
or
is not a chocolate
apple
margarita, thank God.
margarita.
I don't know if anybody,
The spicy
spicy margarita is
Yeah.
probably where it's
1 minute.
there are like flavors like a blackberry margarita and stuff like that, but they're just
But they have to feature that line.
yeah,
kind
they're
of
just an
forward. Yeah,
addition. They seem to be, to me,
right, Adam.
an additional flavor component rather than somebody using the term margarita to make
Right.
it has nothing to do with margarita.
Right.
So they still usually have the lime and the tequila in there.
Dirty margarita. There's no
That's
variations of.
I don't know what what would a
No.
dirty margarita entail?
a whole bunch
A
of
glass,
Like-
a, dirty,
Like-
a dirty glass, or
But I mean, like they
Just
would
pickled
leave the
peppers?
fruit in it or something.
well, you can leave the
I don't-
fruit in it and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that. I mean,
Anyway,
the new one, the
The
harder drink. I
detritus.
mean, you're talking about margarita is like one of the #1 cocktails in the country.
Yeah.
The new one, I think Johnny's hit it right on the head, is a spicy margarita where you'll have some jalapeno or some sort of
but the
pepper.
core drink is margarita.
It's
Also.
still margarita.
Caramba, here we go.
All right, we're coming back.
We have a lot of customers asking about the spicy margaritas.
Yeah. You like it spicy.
The concierge of all things alcohol, Ryan Maloney, and the medium of spirits, Randall Bird, join forces every week to bring audio nourishment to a parched audience. Live from the Jim Beam Cold Storage Studios in the heart of Julio's Liquors, Route 9 in Westboro, it's the Liquor Talking.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. I had a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to get to today, but basically we got started drinking
And everything went right
and
out the
everything went like right out the window. We have
What
a
didn't
huge
we get to? Big sale for
big sale, and I'm going to
Eclipse
mention
thing.
that right now. Big
Okay.
sale, till the moon blots the sun from the sky sale. It goes from today, April 6th at 9 a.m. to Monday, April 8th at 2:13, which is when the eclipse starts.
Yeah.
25% off 25 bottles, 750 milliliter wine, 20% off 4 bottles of 700 or 750 milliliter spirits. That's any spirit, by the way. So, you could do
and-
tequila, rum, gin, whatever you want. 20% off 6 or more single beers. So basically make your own 6-pack, takes 20% off. You're getting the 6-pack price at least on that. 20% off 10 or more cigars. Yes, the weather is turning during the eclipse. You should probably smoke a cigar because you're going to have a lighter anyways, right? And 20% off 6 or more hot sauces.
I love that
So,
last one.
Hot sauces?
I love hot sauces. So it's 20%.
But by the way, I
And
will
if the
let
world doesn't end,
if the world doesn't end,
you'll extend that.
I'll
step
say
to
if we don't go all in a fiery ball of death, we will extend that sale to 9 p.m. on Monday.
Yeah.
I will tell you, by the way, everybody asked when we were doing the non-alcoholic products in the room where the hot sauces are, if it was going to impede the hot sauces. I will let you know, the hot sauces have expanded.
Okay.
All right. and we have some old favorites. We're finally starting to able to get back in. Chelsea hot sauce, we're a local favorite that everybody's been looking for. Those are back in stock. Humble House, which is one of my favorites because it's not really that hot. It's all about the flavoring. Those are back in stock. Valentina, which is like a Mexican one that I just like I use for everything. That did you try that?
You recommended that to me,
Yeah.
and I've now gone through half the bottle.
It's
and
unbelievable.
It's really good.
And it hasn't been in a while. Sriracha, back in stock. So the hot sauces are hot.
The butterfly is like one of my favorite Butterfly Bakery
Stuff.
which we use.
Our stuff is great.
They have a maple sriracha, which is like
And for those who don't like it really hot, I'm enjoying a pineapple salsa that's very mild.
It's always great when he crunches on the radio, isn't it, folks? Hey,
just
there's another segment that Randall, John, and I have started called Three Men and a Bottle. You can check that out on our podcast. You can check it out on Julio's Liquors Facebook page. Or you can check it out on It's the Liquor Talking podcast when you get it. Look for 3 Men in a Bottle. I think we're up to like three reviews now or something like that. The new one we just did
Three
was
people have listened.
3 people have listened to it, I'm sure.
3 different versions.
I will,
2 and
3. Yeah. I will actually pour you, and because the studio audience is here now, I'll actually pour you guys some and they can take some. This is Balfour Rye Whiskey, the Spirit of Champions, done by Eddie Balfour and his son, Dane, and his daughter's involved too.
Reagan.
Yeah. And this is 47% ABV, so 94 proof. I'll give it to the studio audience.
And this is the rye again?
This is the rye. I figured we'd
The mash bill was 70 rye, 20 corn, 10 barley.
Okay, but you can look for our full review on 3 Men in a Bottle. We're going to try to do those every week. They're just going to sort of pop up on social media. And I think Vinny is also putting them on Facebook, I guess, too. So
yeah,
Facebook, I mean, I should say YouTube also. That's how good I am. It's still getting that great note, that like chocolate note to it.
It's just as good as it was before.
Is there other things that we didn't get to? Because I feel like we're back into the drinking again, and you were.
Well, that's the whole point. I think we just sort of like, we pull forward and we go out. I will mention we don't have any to taste because it's done in real small amounts. Our good friend Macaulay, Minton, is just came out. It was covered in Whiskey Advocate online by Sean Evans, great writer for them. The first blunt whiskey,
blunt cut.
It's actually made to have with blunt marijuana, and he's come out with this sort of cuvee of whiskeys that go with marijuana. It's sort of like the first one doing this.
Yeah, but his quote is that I like to repeat is like, I don't smoke cigars. Why do I need a cigar blend?
Right.
I need a blunt cut blend.
Blunt cut blend. So that is hitting the shelves. It's going to get some write-ups. The only thing he did wrong is I know he didn't make a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be
hard to find. Yeah. But congratulations to him.
I believe will be copied in variations, soon there.
Anything that's successful will be copied in variations. Yeah. I know also the this weekend, Johnny put out is the San Francisco competition.
Spirits competition.
Started yesterday. They're doing the judging.
Saturdays.
And I will let you know that we have at least 3 whiskeys in it this year. We decided that we were going to stop just sitting on the sidelines. We've
traditionally had lock and key picks that have ended up in top whiskeys of the world, Whiskey Advocate and Whiskey Magazine. So yeah, throwing our hat into the ring. But when you say whiskey competitions, is there any attempt to bring back Friday night flights?
We've actually talked about we're just so everybody knows, we're back into full swing of doing events here. Yep. There's actually wine stock at the end of this month. Go to juliosliquors.com for that. There is an event every month here at Julio's besides Whiskey Wednesday and the wine tasting. And there's a couple thirst days. There's even one coming to help us pick a barrel that's coming up. So you may want to get into that. Those are all back in full swing. The only one I haven't sort of sat back and done is Friday Night Flights, which was basically a head-to-head competition on a Friday night of different whiskeys. And I think that may have to happen again. I mean, everybody got really seriously. Randall hit somebody with a chair last time,
Yeah.
and that sort of ended it for a while. But you know,
Well, I
everybody's sorta
feel like
healed up.
we bought the mustard color Wide World of Whiskey jackets for the
Everybody loves
announcers.
seeing me dressed up as Howard Cosell. So
and
in this car,
I think it need to be brought back. I don't know.
I think that's something we can look at.
Yeah.
We are going to be looking at doing more events this year, and we've come up with a couple other events that we're going to be looking
we've
at.
been selling out and then adding.
I know.
onto it.
So
It
it's
got a little
probably
crazy this last Wednesday.
Yeah, people are. Well, this last Wednesday was supposed to be 50 people, and I think it ended up being like 65.
Yeah.
So we're going to be looking at those. Check out Whiskey Wednesdays because they are a lot of fun. It's a $10 gift card to come, and it's just a great way of trying stuff without spending a lot of money to do so. John, and I should mention this because I don't mention it. John has the Frisky Whiskey Wagon. That's out on Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday afternoons.
Find me.
It is technically a wagon.
It is a
So
wagon.
are you on the wagon or are you
Yes.
off the wagon? If you're,
But really, we
Yes.
talked.
Yeah.
This was actually on social media this week. It was actually a topic of discussion about single barrels and all like this stuff. We have been proponents of try before you buy since the inception of the Lock and Key Society. So we try to have everything open as much as we can. We don't have everything, but we try. So if you're looking at something on the shelf, especially in the whiskey section, and you go, I wonder what that tastes like. Ask an associate. If we have it open, you can try it.
I mean, look, how many times have we gone home with a bottle and had been disappointed about something? This is a way to avoid that, right?
are you looking at me?
Yeah, just anybody.
Well, I've tried
everybody in
almost
general.
everything before we
Yeah,
picked
before we
it.
did it. So Randall's not.
So, yeah, I feel pretty confident, but
the
yeah,
inside slot on that. But
I would spent in general.
right.
But yeah.
1 minute.
all right, we didn't
What do we
get
got?
to it, but I think we should. Let's because I think the wine department will be mad at me if I don't do Archer Roos bubbly rosé, sparkling rosé wine. So you're still going to get one more thing today.
Jeez.
A
Because-
sparkling rosé, almost like a celebratory champagne, but of course from Italy. So this would be closer to
like
Prosecco
a
or
rosé
Nazi?
prosecco, I guess. And I'll send it out to the
But
audience.
I would like
It's
to make a
11%.
toast with this to
You would?
2 significant birthdays.
Okay.
Ryan Maloney's.
Yeah, thank
You've just now are of the legal drinking age, at least.
Yes.
And also another birthday that I don't think we've mentioned enough, but need to mention before the eclipse, which is 50 years of Julio's
seconds.
Liquors being open.
I will also toast Patty's birthday because I'm going to try to get my buddy out
I'm
of
not
trouble.
going to get in trouble.
Yeah, right there. Cheers, cheers.
Happy birthday,
Cheers,
everybody.
That's actually not bad.
It's the liquor talk.
That's a good New England
Thank you for listening.
endorsement.
All right, guys, you're done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.